Stampers. It's Anne, the Stamp Maven, and I'm here with a quick and easy paper pumpkin project. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when I get my paper pumpkin kits, I'm too busy and I take my little box, I put it aside and I don't open it. Then the next months come, maybe I'm busy, or maybe there's 1 month when I don't really want to do the project the way it came. And the June one is one of those months. I've got a class coming up very soon where I have a lot of new stampers that are going to be joining the group. So I decided I wanted to introduce them to Paper Pumpkin and just make my supplies go really far with this. Well, I had recorded this video a couple of times and unfortunately our microphone wasn't working. So I'm going to have to improvise here just so you can get the gist. So in this paper pumpkin kit, we got, there were, let's see how many, there were 6 printed card bases that came. They were actually in tip-top taupe, but I just took a piece of DSP so I could show you what I did. So the cards came and they were double-sided, and on the inside it was clear. I should say it was white like this. They weren't double-sided. So what I did with every card, I took my paper trimmer and I cut them in half, so then I would have double the amount of materials to work with in my class. Now, I decided that I wanted to make a banner effect on my card, and I came up with a really easy way, I think, for the new stampers to learn how to do this. So this is a regular 5.5 by 4 1/4 card front. So right up here, I wanted to mark it at 2 1/8, which would be exactly in the middle. So I'm just taking my pen on this side, which you're not going to see anyway. And then I wanted my banner to come up to about here. So that is just at about halfway between this white. So what I like to do is I just take my fingernail and I mark a little part so I'll be able to see it on the other side. Then I'm going to just take my pen and mark it so I see that that is going to be at 7/8 on my ruler. So I want this side to be the exact same. So actually it was 1 3/8 over here. I was looking on the wrong mark, so I'm just going to put that on this side. Then all I have to do is come in and I want my diagonal cut to go from this line to this line, right? So I'm going to just put it in my paper trimmer. And again, take this point up here and then this point right here. I want to get that even so it's a crisp point. And voila, there I have my banner. Now, another way to do it is once you have it, you can just stick it on top like this, and you can just come down with your trimmer, get it lined up, hold it with your finger, and then do the same thing over here on this side. So either way you want to do it. When I was preparing for the class, I wanted to get them all cut really quickly, so I used that method. But either way you do it, here you have your 2 banner pieces. And you actually have all these pieces left that you can use for punching or, you know, using some other way on a card. All right, so we've got that going. Now the next thing, let me move my trimmer here out of the way. The other great thing that comes in this kit are all of these fun little cellophane little banner bags. So if you had wanted to make this banner, all you do is you fill these little bags with the sequins that come. But again, since I'm making this card, what I'm going to do is open up this little bag and start filling it with some pinches here of my, of my sequins. So let's open up this bag and get some more in there. So it makes kind of a little cone shape, and normally I wouldn't have them go all over the place here, but I'll clean them up later and you get the gist, right? Okay, so we're filling up this little bag, and I do want a few more so it'll be really festive when I'm putting it all together. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I don't want all these sequins coming out on my card, so I'm going to take my Stampin' Up! Mini stapler and I'm going to staple it right there. Now, I don't know if you can see on the video there, but do you see those little holes that are right there on the end? Those are there for stringing the banner. But since I'm not going to be stringing the banner, I'm going to just cut those right off. And then you'll see why here in a minute. Okay, so then here is the actual piece of the card that I'm going to be stapling that onto. So this kit also comes with some white twine, which you can see here. I've rolled it around this piece, and I've just, let me show you here, I've secured it in the back with some snail. So you could do that, or you could just punch it right on here, and that would be just fine too. Okay, now we're going to do the stamping part. The stamps that come in the Paper Pumpkin kit are photopolymers, so you must stamp on a piercing mat, because the stamp itself, what's great about the photopolymer is you can see through it to get perfect placement. But the thing that you have to remember is there's no rubber on this stamp, so you want to have a cushion when you're stamping. So we, again, are going to do this little circle here, and let me show you a little trick that I do when I have a piece that is already punched out and I want to make sure that I get the perfect placement. So I ink it up, and then instead of turning it over and stamping on this little circle, what I'm going to do, since our inks, remember, are water-based inks, so you want to make sure that if this is kind of dried on your stamp, you want to re-moisten it by breathing on it. Then I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to place that right on top of where I've stamped. I'm going to run my fingers around here just to make sure I get that image really crisply placed down, and there it is. Now watch this, it's pretty cool. On a couple little places I've noticed that it wasn't as sharp as I wanted, so I am just going to take the soft suede Stampin' Right marker, which is the exact same color as my little mini ink spot that came in this Paper Pumpkin kit, and I'm going to just go and fill in the little places that I missed. There's one over here. You know, when I have new stampers, I encourage them to start out with the markers, because then they have every color of ink that we make, and they haven't had to buy all of the ink pads until they know the colors they really like. Okay, one of the other things that comes in this Paper Pumpkin kit was 2 sheets of gold foil letters and hearts and stars. Well, on this one, I used a heart, so I'm gonna just peel off this star right here, and I'm gonna put it right in the middle. Only, I need to get it right in the middle. What's neat about these is you can easily peel them up. Okay, so then what I would do is, I'm going to put some twine on this, so I'm not going to actually secure it, but I want you to see what I would do after I get the twine rolled around. Then I would stamp this on here, or punch it on here again with my little mini stapler. Then I would take a couple of dimensionals and put that on top. Now the next thing is, we've got several different greetings in this paper pumpkin. I'm going to do the happy birthday because I like to send my customers birthday cards and of course my family and friends. So again, I'm going to re-moisten that. And then since these photopolymer stamps, you can see right through them, I know exactly where I want to place that happy birthday. And voila, see how that came out just perfectly? Next thing, we've got this great washi tape that came in the kit. And what's really great about this is all you have to do is peel it off, and then you can just put it where you want it to go. And actually, if you get it misplaced, or like in my case where I want to put the twine on before I go ahead and mount it on my half sheet of mint macaron cardstock, you can just peel it back up and then you can put it down again. That is what is so awesome about the washi tape. Well, guys, I hope you've really enjoyed seeing this alternate plan for the Paper Pumpkin kit. Remember, when you sign up for Paper Pumpkin, you do get a block in your first kit, and you can make the kit exactly as the instructions step by step show you, or you can go out of the box like I did and make your own creation. In the comments section of this video, I will post the link to my site where you can sign up for a monthly Paper Pumpkin subscription, or you can get a prepaid subscription for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. That way you can try it out. You can give it as a gift. Again, I love Paper Pumpkin, and I know you will too. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and happy stamping!